Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night is a masterpiece and might just be my next obsession. I can't describe in words this special feeling, having just finished the anime 2 minutes ago, but you know that feeling of just pure amazement, pure engagement, pure inspiration? Like that. It's like I'm an artist with schizophrenia, high on cocaine, painting the most creative art piece of my life, and you guys seem to like it when I feel that way. Oh, also, I'd like to preface that I think the story is an absolute mess. There are like 7 billion different characters with their own motivations, backstory, and protagonist arc. I don't think it's a masterpiece in the traditional sense, where the story has thrills and you don't know what's coming, or everything is perfectly planned out 10,000 IQ. But I call this anime a masterpiece in the sense the art community calls Picasso work a masterpiece. No matter how much you run or hide from the world, ultimately the world is connected. People are connected, and you will have to stand up and face the world if you ever want to move forward. From a butchy personality man. What this anime shows is a bunch of girls struggle with themselves as outcasts of society, and fuck are their insecurities painfully relatable. Not living up to a parent's expectation, being a shadow of your former self, feeling completely lost in life, void of your past passions and hating yourself because of it. Most of us have are experiencing these things. I could go on and say the regular, how the story is good, how these girls went through their character development arc and grew, but instead, I'd like to tell you a little story. Why do we create content? Parallel to Kano's searching for a reason to sing, I think many creators wonder that to themselves when they feel lost. Maybe some of us like video editing, some of us are passionate about certain topics, or maybe we just like talking to an audience that feels like they care about us. But somewhere along the line, you start to wonder the meaning behind your work. Or at least I did. Is anyone really watching me? Do people notice the small improvements I've made? Am I happy with this? If you don't know, I just graduated uni with an engineering degree and alongside a very difficult degree, much of my time the past few years went into making videos and learning how to make good videos. But there was one goal I've always had in mind, and that's I want to be a YouTuber. As shitty as many functions can be, I grew up with this medium. Let's Players, sketch comedy, really stupid things like YouTube poop. I remember these videos always giving me my daily dose of happiness after school as a kid and thinking, I want to be able to make people smile after a hard day as well. If I could, I would just work on videos all day every day, but hey, life isn't that easy, is it? I don't know why watching Jellyfish triggered that past inspiration I had in myself. I think seeing Mahiru once give up on her passion and rekindling it, seeing Kano fall to rock bottom and bounce back as a shining star, seeing Kiwi stand up to the conventions of society, Kim finding a place in life, it somehow reminded me of what I really wanted to do. As long as I managed to make one of you smile, if I could have fellow Yuri fanboys gather with me, then there's a meaning to my creations. At least that's how I feel writing this right now. And that's what I love about Jellyfish. It's not just about how interconnected everyone is. Except this bitch. Her only purpose was artificial tits. It's about how everyone is living, creating for someone else. The way Kano wants to sing for Mahiru, Mahiru draws for Kano, Kim fucking lives for Kano. The idea of finding meaning in your own art through dedicating it to someone else really resonated with me. Even though many of them started their art from a very young age, it's later in life, through many hardships, through finding someone to spray their energy, make their love, give their heart, that they found their true purpose of what they love. I want to sing for you. I want to draw for you. Such beautiful lines. Through an honestly quite brutal story, I know some people didn't like the super clean ending where absolutely everything gets resolved, but somehow I kinda knew it would end in a very hopeful way. I don't know, the whole story seemed so inspirational. It seemed wrong to have a bittersweet ending. This is wrong. This is a smile we need to protect. When I say this anime is a clusterfuck, I mean it. I mean, we've got idol assault, doxing, Oshinoko levels of what the fuck is wrong with the entertainment industry, basically abusive single parent, self-hatred, need, attachment issues, boobs, motorcycle, and most importantly, bait. Fuck. But the main focus my brain always had was the beautiful story between Mahiru and Kano. How they want to save each other is just... No, really, Kano Mahito's intonations, I swear it's the same charm as Chisato. It's not just the kiss or the promise. Kano's life story is fucking insane. Child idol, parents divorced, then her mom basically made up a second identity for her. Then the fucked up industry drove her into a scandal and her mom didn't even take her side. Bro, I promise you, this is the scientific recipe for a mentally broken child. On the other hand, Mahito is as ordinary can get. Average high school girl going to school, go figure. What they share? Mental breakdown! The feeling of being lost. Mahito had always been that passive, indecisive girl that couldn't push herself out of her comfort zone, and Kano was that chaotic disaster she needed to somersault into the colorful life she was so scared of. Meanwhile, Kano somehow recovers from actual rock bottom, but the moment she loses Mahito, it's... There's this special connection I feel between the two. I think it really shows how much people, especially creators, rely on others, and how if you hold yourself up, there's nothing you can do, and if you ever want to feel some sort of satisfaction or be proud of yourself, then you have to one day face the world. No matter how much the world may tell you you can't do it, no matter how scary the world may be. If you really look at the big picture, yes, there are stakes, but it isn't world-destructing, life-ending stakes. A lot of it is fucked up, especially Kano's story, but at the end of the day, much of it is just the personal struggles of some people. Struggles that many share out there in the real world. And that's where the direction comes into play. This is, in my opinion, by far the biggest strength of the show from day one. The goddamn direction. It makes me feel like a high school girl struggles is the end of the fucking world. It makes you feel the struggle, like you're looking into the internal world of these characters. I don't know how the team did it, but I feel the desperation so much. Yet it makes me feel so inspired. That's the exact feeling that resonated with me. Inspired. The look at these girls doing something great, you too can do something amazing with your life feeling. Every Sakuga as fuck scene, every new song, every struggle, every resolution. There's this grand feeling of greatness I feel, similar to a place further than the universe. That's how I felt throughout the entire show. It makes me want to achieve something great. Motherfucker, I'm gonna go climb Mount Everest! In case you haven't noticed, I'm kind of just yapping. For all my videos, I generally take the time to properly structure the entire video before writing a script, but for this one, I kinda just said, let's just mash what I'm thinking on a keyboard. Because that kind of clusterfuck is exactly what I felt this show is like, and I wanted to imitate what I felt watching the show. Things go everywhere, some stories are episodic, some continue on, some characters have zero purpose, and some things seem to wrap themselves up too perfectly. As much as I love this show, there are problems with it, but at the same time, that's kind of what I like about it. I admit, it wraps up like an idol anime. Whoa! One performance and all our problems get resolved. But fuck did they go through so much, I wanted the happy ending. The main thing I got from Jellyfish is that inspiration to create, to find a purpose for creating, to keep going. The same message that so many anime have tried to deliver, yet somehow I never felt as impactful as this one. I'm not gonna lie, through my studies, personal life and everything, running this channel can be challenging. I love making videos, don't get me wrong, but god does it sometimes feel like I torture myself and never actually get a proper break from everything. When I get to those really tough times where I'm trying to rush some assignment or a video, or struggling with life, I open my channel and look at the list of content I've made and read the comments. It really does make me happy that even though I'm not exactly big, there are people watching me that see the videos that I put tens, even hundreds of hours into, that I feel like I perhaps belong to a small community. Everyone says this, but the comments really do help. A single kind sentence can make my day, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. I love making videos, and you know what? I promise I'll never stop. Even if I one day switch content, switch styles, or even make a new channel, even if I have a kid 10 years later, my fucking butch ass, I'll still be on Premiere Pro cutting clips together. And one day, I'll be able to put a smile on many more people's face. That's the feeling Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night left me with. I wonder what feeling it left you with.